Hello everyone. Welcome to English with Greenery Podcast. 皆さんこんにちは。英会話講師、英語コーチの葵です。私は英会話スクールグリーナリーでお子さんから大人の方まで幅広く英語を指導させていただいています。このポッドキャストでは私自身も一英語学習者として英語にまつわる面白トピックをシェアしていきます。はい。それでは今回はエピソード15。こちらも番外編としまして、Failure teaches success。この失敗は成功のもとシリーズでお届けしたいと思います。今回のゲストは、インスタグラムやホームページで、ご自身のオリジナルのワークシートをたくさんの英語の先生や ALT の先生方にシェアをされているギャビン先生をお迎えしました。ギャビン先生とのお話は、英語になるんですけれども、会話の隙間で、私の日本語の訳を挟んでいきますので、ちょっといつもよりもエピソードが長くなっています。今回は、そのうちの第1弾ということで、お話をさせていただきます。ギャビン先生の自己紹介と、どうして私たちがインスタでフォローし合って、そこから、お友達になって、今回、ポッドキャストにゲストで来ていただく前にも、一度私のインスタのアカウントでゲストとしてギャビン先生にも来ていただいたので、そもそもどのようにして出会ったのかっていうところをお話しさせていただきます。そして3つ目は、ギャビン先生が今現在も日本に住んで、英語を教えていらっしゃるんですけれども、ギャビン先生の日本語との出会いについて今回はお話をさせていただいています。はい、それでは Let's get started. Okay, so we have special guest today, Gavin Sensei. Welcome.
Hello, nice to be here.
Thank you so much for joining me today.
Oh no, I've been looking forward to it.
Thank you. That's so sweet. Okay, so before we talk more, could you introduce yourself?
Yeah, okay.
Mhm.
I'll introduce myself in Japanese.
Yeah. Oh, great.
That's all right. はい。じゃあ、私は、ギャビン先生と言います。オーストラリア人です。
Mm.
7年間前、日本に来ました。
Mhm.
その時は、福島で住んでました。でも今年4月から、広島に引っ越しました。
Mhm.
なんで、新しい仕事を始まりました。もともとは、ALT、
Mhm.
Assistant Language Teacher
Yeah.
しました。でも、これから、小学校の英語の先生になりました。はい。
That's great.
はい。でも、そう、ごめんね。
It's okay.
去年4月から、
Mhm.
インスタ、
Mhm.
アカウントを、作りました。
Yes.
1、2、3、英語。英語教材、アカウント、いろんな、作ったワークシートとか、アクティビティとか、
Mhm.
アップしました。はい。
Yes.
はい。ALT の働いた時は、たくさんワークシートを作りました。でも、あの、他の ALT とか、
Mm.
日本語の英語の先生は、助けたい。あの、だから、そのインスタ作って、なんだっけ、ウェブサイトも
Mm.
作りました。はい。そう。今年は一年間
Mm.
ぐらい、はい。その、そのことをしています。すごく、楽しかった。いろんな、いろんな、先生とか、人、会いました。すごく、楽しい、あの、経験と思います。はい。
Mm. Oh, thank
は
素晴ら
Um,
しい。
but I'll say it in English now, just to make
Okay,
sure.
just switch the language.
To switch. But yes, my name is Gavin. But on my Insta account, it's Gavin Sensei. I'm from Australia, but about 7 years ago, I moved to Japan, and I lived in Fukushima Prefecture for those 7 years, working as an ALT. But this year, I moved to Hiroshima to start a new job working as an English teacher in Hiroshima. I also made last year I made
Mhm.
a Instagram account to to share my various worksheets and activities that I had made during my time as an ALT. I thought it could be helpful to other ALTs and other Japanese teachers of English. So I thought, even if only one person likes the worksheet or wants to use it, that would be a good thing, because I think yeah, when I started as an ALT, there wasn't much out there, so I thought it would be good to help new ALTs. But yeah, it's been an amazing experience because I've met so many wonderful, interesting people that I never would have met before. And
Wow.
yeah, it's been a year. But yeah, like I said, it's been a very, very good experience, and I'm very happy that I did it. Mm.
Wow, that's fantastic. It's actually the first time I heard you speaking Japanese. It's so
Yeah,
fluent. I was so impressed.
thank you.
Yes, you don't have that I don't know how to say, a little foreign
Mm.
foreign accent. Like
Oh,
you,
okay.
yeah. It's so easy to hear,
Oh,
understand.
thank you. Thank you.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I see. And you just said it's been a year that you
Mm.
started your Instagram account, and
Yes.
you have so many followers now, which is amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
kind of
less
it's
than 1 year,
crazy.
right? Is it over a year now?
Yeah, I think I started from, about this time last year, end of
Mm.
April, early May. And yeah, like, I mean, it always goes up and down. Took a long time to get to 100 followers, and then
Mm-hmm.
really shut up, and then slowed down, and then yeah. So,
Mm.
but you know, so it's been, I couldn't have expected how it's been. So yeah.
I see. ここではですね、ギャビン先生がもう本当にとても綺麗な日本語で、まずは自己紹介をされて、どのようにして、インスタとご自身のホームページでワークシートをシェアされているかっていうのを、そうですね、日本語でご説明していただいた後に、英語で同じことを言っています。それで私が今回初めてギャビン先生の日本語を聞いたので、もうこの、外国人っぽいアクセントがなかったことにすごく衝撃を受けて、すごく日本語がお上手ですねっていうお話をさせていただきました。ギャビン先生がインスタを始めて、去年の春、ちょうど1年くらいなんですけれども、もう本当にフォロワー数が素晴らしい。どんどんどんどん増えているねっていうお話をさせていただいています。そこでギャビン先生は、確かに今、人数はすごく多いけれども、この1年の間に、一気に増えたりとか、停滞したりとかっていうところもありましたということで解説をしていただいています。Sorry, Gavin, it's not the question that
It's okay.
I mentioned earlier, but
Yeah.
I just want to know, why did you want to share your ideas of, like, making original worksheet to other maybe ALT teachers or English teachers in Japan? How
Yeah.
did you, I don't
Um,
know. How did it happen?
it
Like somebody requested you
No,
or
no, it was all my idea. I've been doing it for a while, and I felt that I got to the point where what I was making was quite good,
yeah,
and
it
I
is.
thought, but it was only for me, and I guess my students and some
Mm,
other teachers that I worked with. But I thought it's kind of a waste just to keep it to myself. And yeah, like I said a bit before, like there are websites and things out there for ALTs to like consult for like different lesson ideas,
Mm-hmm.
but they're more like activities and things. There's not like worksheets for different grammar and things like that. So so I thought, that's what I wanted when I started. I didn't want like activities. I wanted an idea of like what should I be doing in the lessons. So I thought if I can share my worksheets with other ALTs, then it'll be helpful for them. So I thought about what would be the best way to do that, and I thought Instagram
Mm-hmm.
would be good. So that's where I started, and then eventually I also built the website as well, so people can download those things. But it's really changed. Like when I started, it was to help ALTs, but at first, I wasn't getting so much engagement with other ALTs. I found that most of the people that were following my account and then downloading the worksheets were other Japanese teachers that were teaching English. So I kind of changed my original, I guess, focus, and
Oh.
then along the way more ALTs have joined and started to use the things. But I guess, yeah, I just to answer your question, I just wanted to share what I'd been doing and hopefully help people, because especially like elementary school teachers, they have to teach all of the subjects, and I know that a lot of my co-workers in elementary school, English isn't their strongest subject. And so if there's a place where they could go to just download something like
Right.
a very easy worksheet to use, it would be a real time saver, and help, they don't have to panic about what do I have to do today. So yeah, I just wanted to help people teach English. Yeah.
Oh, I see. It's wonderful. I've seen your several worksheets that you've created before, and it's just, spot on. It's exactly what I wanted to teach, or it sometimes gives me many um, lesson
Yeah.
inspiration how
Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
organize, and yeah, it helps a lot. Yeah, I'm sure it will also help other teachers as well.
次に私がした質問は、打ち合わせにはなかったものなんですけれども、そもそもどうして、その自分で作ったワークシートを、他の方々にシェアするようになった理由とか、何かきっかけはあったのか、もしくは、誰かが、ギャビン先生にお願いしたから、こういう流れになったのか、ということを質問させていただきました。で、ギャビン先生のお答えは、自分のアイディアで、自分のワークシートをシェアするようになったっていうことでした。初めは自分のレッスンのクラスのために作り続けていたんだけれども、そのワークシートの出来が本当に良かったし、生徒さんの反応も良かったので、この今作り続けてきたたくさんのそのワークシートをギャビン先生とその自分の生徒さんだけのものにするのはもったいないというふうに感じたからだったんですね。で、他にも、そのギャビン先生が自分のワークシートをシェアする前に、違う先生方が、レッスンのアイディアとか、レッスンで使えるアクティビティを紹介しているウェブサイトとかはあったけれども、実際に本当に自分がレッスンで、何をするべきなのかをクリアにしたものが欲しかったっていうことで、ギャビン先生はグラマーを教えるのであればグラマーっていうことで、本当にターゲットを明確にしたワークシートを作り始めるようになったっていうことです。で、そこでご自身でウェブサイトを作って、他の人もそのワークシートをダウンロードができるようにしたということでした。はじめは、そのインスタのフォロワーさんとか、ワークシートをダウンロードをしているのが、もともとはその他の自分のような ALT の先生方に向けたものにしてたんだけれども、実際ダウンロードしたり使っているのは日本人の英語の先生の方が多いというふうに気づかれたんですね。 そこで、日本人の英語の先生向けにちょっとフォーカスを変えてワークシートを作り始めたそうです。そうした中で、後から ALT の先生方もダウンロードをしている数が増えたということでした。そして、ギャビン先生は、長年 ALT として働いてきてこられて、日本の学校の先生方が、もう本当にどんなに忙しいのかっていうのを、もうご存知だったんですね。他の教科も教えなくてはならないし、いろいろなクラブアクティビティがあったりっていうところで、忙しいのを知っていたっていうことでした。そこで、英語のレッスンでも、すぐに先生方がターゲットを絞って使えるものがあったら便利だろうなと思って、もう本当にただただ help、お手伝い助けたかったっていうことで、ウェブサイトに自分のワークシートを、掲載するようになったそうです。で、私自身も、インスタやギャビン先生のウェブサイトのワークシートを拝見させていただいて、もう本当に本当にすぐに使えるものが多くって、レッスンでもたくさんインスピレーションをもらえていて、本当に素晴らしいなというふうに感じています。
And Gavin, sorry, I have one more question. You mentioned about your followers.
Yes.
First, you said you were making worksheets for maybe native English
Yes.
teachers, but
Yes.
now you have maybe more Japanese English teachers compared
Yes.
to.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
see.
But I think that's largely because there are more, Japanese English teachers because like I said, at first it was for like helping school teachers, but I find that actually like a lot of people from like Eikaiwa or Juku teachers as well are,
Yeah,
downloading those worksheets and using them in those lessons as well. So yeah, it's just so it's like for all, I guess, for all kinds
for
of
everyone.
teachers, for everyone. That's right. Yeah.
That's great. All right, all right. Thank you. Okay. Going back to the topic,
Yes.
do you remember how we met for the
Yes,
first time?
I do. But I guess if you go back a little bit before that, I think when I started Instagram, and then I started to like follow other people, there was always this one account that kept popping up on like the stories. And
It's annoying.
no, it's not annoying at all. And there's always this like smiley face or someone that was laughing. And
Oh dear.
and I thought I'll follow them. And of course, that was you. And then, but we didn't really have much. Maybe we occasionally liked some, and I think
Yeah,
eventually, so we liked
react.
reacting to each other's posts or stories. And then it was around Christmas time that
Yes.
you shared a story about a particular song from the UK, and you asked whether people had heard of it, and I think most people said no, but I said that I did,
No, it's
and
only
then
you.
yeah, and then we started talking about like our favorite British songs and things like that, and then and since that time we talked about a lot of different things, and we support each other.
Yeah.
We did a live Instagram live together as well. It's been a great experience meeting different people, but becoming friends with you and getting to know you has been really good too.
Ah, thank you. You've been helping me always. Thank you so much. Yes, I don't think I can never forget about the
Yeah.
song and how we
Yeah.
met for the
Well,
first time.
hopefully when you post the story this year at Christmas, other people will say, "Oh, I remember." Or if they don't, at least it'll be a nice. We can reminisce like, "Oh, that's how we met." And
Yeah. Let's do it. I will
yeah.
definitely try this year as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, thank you. That's so lovely.
はい。そして、現在の、ギャビン先生のインスタのフォロワーの 大半がもう今は日本人の英語の先生方が多いっていうところなんですけれども、ALT の先生方や日本の学校の先生だけではなくて、実際にそのワークシートを活用されているのは、英会話で働かれている日本の先生や塾の先生だったりもするということで、もう本当に皆さんのためにワークシートをただただお助けしたいっていうことでした。はい。で、話は移りまして、ギャビン先生と私がどのように、出会ったのかっていうところを、回想し始めました。で、去年、ちょうど1年前ですね、インスタをギャビン先生が始めた時に、いろいろな人たち、英語の先生をフォローし始めたそうなんですね。で、そこで、ストーリーズで、毎回なんか大体同じ顔があって、そこにめっちゃ笑ってる人がいて、それが結局私だったんですけど、あの、すごく笑ってる投稿が多かったので、知らずにフォローをしていただいて、で、そこからしばらくはお互いフォローし合っていたので、それぞれの投稿にいいねとかリアクションをしていただけだったんですね。で、去年のクリスマスの時に、インスタのストーリーズで、イギリスではクリスマスシーズンにこの歌がもう本当に有名なんですよっていう結構古い、クリスマスソングをストーリーズに流して、Does anybody know? 誰か知ってますかアンケートを取ったら、反応してくれたのがもうギャビン先生だけでで、ギャビン先生はオーストラリアのご出身なんですけれども、ご両親がイギリス人ということで、イギリスのバンドのことを知っていたんですね。で、そこから、結構チャットとかお話しするようになって、イギリスの UK バンドとか、歌手とか、好きな、ジャンルのお話をするようになったりとか、そこから話が弾んで、私のインスタライブにゲストで、来ていただいたりとかっていう、すごくいい、フレンドシップ、お友達として、私のことをいつもサポートしてくれています。本当に感謝です。はい。そんな忘れられない出会いがありまして、今年のクリスマスにもその曲を誰も知らなかったイギリスのそのバンドの曲を、もう一回ストーリーズに上げて反応見ようかな、なんていう話をしていました。
Yes, so Gavin, you are now in Japan and you are
Yes.
teaching English to
Mm,
Japanese students. But
mm.
I would like to ask you how you started to learn or how you started to be interested in Japanese. Maybe you're
Yeah.
not.
I guess how my experience started learning Japanese is very similar to a lot of how Japanese people start learning English. Um, it was just a subject at school. So
Mm.
I guess I should explain that, the Australian school system
Yeah.
is really split between, there's no junior high school. So you have 6 years of, I guess, elementary school. And then after graduating the sixth grade, you go to high school, but it's another 6 years. So it's like junior high school and high school combined.
Oh.
There's just, yeah, but there's no jugakko, there's no junior high school. It's just
Mm.
at the same place. And anyway, so how it works so in the first 2 years of high school, so it would be like 中学 1年生, 2年生,
Mhm.
you have to study a foreign language.
Did you
At
have
those,
choice?
so some schools do, but really it depends. And what
Oh.
language you study, it really depends on what teacher is at the school. So it just so happened that at my high school, there was 2 Japanese teachers.
Two.
Yes.
Wow.
But actually the year, I think it was the year before that, there was Japanese teacher, and they also it was either French or German. So if
Okay.
I'd come the year before, maybe right now I'd be sitting in Germany rather than Japan. Um,
Wow.
um,
Life changing.
yeah, so and other schools had different teachers. Like I worked at another high school where
Mm-hmm.
the students learned Spanish, and I worked at others where the school had like 5 different languages, and they studied all of
Oh,
those languages for a
wow.
short time. But anyway, my school was Japanese, and so I started, and it was very basic. I learned how to start writing hiragana and learning about Japanese culture, which I guess at that point I didn't really know anything about, but I really enjoyed it. But it was also very easy. And I remember that the final exam for that first year of high school, I got something like 99% in the exam.
Oh
But
my
it
gosh.
sounds amazing, but
It
really
does.
it wasn't. It was and there was very little like actual, there was no writing in Japanese, and there wasn't any speaking in Japanese. It was mostly like, well, maybe there was, but it was very simple. And so, but it was, like I said, it was enjoyable. So I finished those first 2 years of studying Japanese. But I think it was the second year that I was studying, I had the opportunity to go on a school trip to Japan.
Oh, wow.
It wasn't a normal school trip like the Shugakuryoko that everybody goes on. It was more of like an elective course. So if you had the money, if your family had the money to pay for it, and then you could go. So I think about 15 of us from various ages, as long as we were studying Japanese, we could go on the trip, and it was about 10 days. And we visited the usual places. We went to Tokyo and Kyoto, Osaka, and we went to Hiroshima as well.
Oh, wow.
And it was amazing because, as you can imagine, it was completely different to everything that I'd ever experienced in my life. Like, and I even did I did a very short homestay in Kyoto. And I guess that was my real first exposure to having to speak Japanese, because we went to a very small school in like the countryside of Kyoto Prefecture, and they decided that they were going to like pair up one Japanese family or student with one of us. Except the school was so small, they didn't have enough students for all of us. Oh, sorry, they didn't have, well, and
So
so
local, you mean?
yeah, it was and what happened, well, the school was large, but there was, I guess, the volunteers, they didn't have enough volunteers. And I remember when we walked in the school, this old lady came up to me, and she started talking to me, and Japanese was incredibly limited, so all I could really say was like konnichiwa and so on. But also I had like, who is this lady? Anyway, so I walked off with my friend, and we were kind of laughing at the thing, like, oh,
What's going on?
what was that all about? Anyway, so we went into the taikang, and then they did a ceremony, like welcome ceremony, and then they started pairing us off with the Japanese school students. It wasn't like people got paired together and then waited to see what their friends did. They got matched and then left. And so people kept leaving.
Oh my God,
And then
that's cruel.
I got to the last, and it got to the end,
Oh my gosh,
and there wasn't anyone there.
I'm crying.
Oh, that's
So
sorry.
funny.
Uh,
Oh dear.
and yeah, so I could see there was less and less students, and I'm like, well, and I was counting, and I'm like, there's not going to be enough students for me. Anyway, and as you can probably tell, that old lady ended up being my host mother. And anyway, and the reason she was there was she was learning English, and she wanted to participate in the program, so she volunteered. And anyway, so we went to her house and her husband, and she had a much older daughter as well. But they spoke very little English, but we made it work, and we did various experiences. It was funny because all of my friends, there was like a fireworks festival in the town, and they all went to that, but I didn't go to that.
Why not?
She took me to her things, which was an ikebana class.
Oh wow!
yeah, so and also and kyudo, but
Kyudo? Yes,
yes,
yes. Oh,
kyudo.
that's so
So
Japanese.
it is amazing, but you can imagine as teenage
Teenage
boy
boy.
doing flower arrangement and then meeting my friends the next day and what happened? And we went to the fireworks festival. What did you do? I put some flowers in a jar. So
Oh dear.
um
Oh.
anyway, but it was an amazing experience. And actually many years later I got to do the same trip again, but this time I was a teacher and I took students to
You
Japan
did.
and I went to the same school and got off at the station, and who was waiting at the station but that lady again.
Oh my gosh. That's so
And then
wow.
this time like obviously I didn't stay with them, but they organized to take me out to dinner. So I met her husband again and we went to a very fancy Japanese restaurant, and this time could actually communicate to each other.
You mean in Japanese
In
or she
Japanese,
improved her
in
English?
Japanese. So
Oh wow.
はい。そして、ここからは、ギャビン先生と日本語の出会いについてお話を聞かせていただいています。まずは、どうして、日本語に興味を持ったのか、日本語を習い始めたのかという質問なんですけれども、日本語を習い始めたきっかけは、多分、今、日本人の生徒さんが英語を習い始めた状況とすごく似ていると思うっていうことでした。というのも、学校の教科の一つだったらしいんですね。で、そこで、オーストラリアの、学校のシステムをギャビン先生は説明してくれています。まず、オーストラリアには中学校というものがなくて、小学校の6年間と、そしてその後、高校6年間の2つだけなんだそうですね。で、初めの高校2年間は、外国語が必須だったということで、当時、そのギャビン先生が通っていた学校には、日本語を教えている先生が2人いらっしゃって、もう外国語イコール日本語だったということでした。その前には、ドイツ語を教えている先生がいたようなんですけれども、なので入学の時期が少し早ければ、今は日本じゃなくてドイツにいたかもしれないねっていうお話もしてくれています。で、どんなことから学び始めたかというのは、まずはひらがなと日本文化を知ることからスタートして、簡単な内容だったということです。で、なんと学年末の期末のテストでも99%、スコアを取っていて、ねえ、素晴らしいですよね。すごく聞こえるかもしれないけど、本当に簡単でシンプルな内容だったんだよっていうことをギャビン先生はお話ししてくれています。その分すごく楽しかったっていう話もはい、してくれていました。それでですね、その高校2年目に入ったところで、日本への小旅行があったようなんですね。これは日本の修学旅行とは違って、生徒みんなが行けるわけではなくって、日本語を専攻している生徒さんで、かつ、その旅行の費用を、ご家族が出してくれる場合は、行けるっていうような内容の旅行だったようで、だいたい15人くらいのグループで10日間日本に滞在したということでした。場所は東京、京都、大阪、そして広島にもステイしたそうです。で、この時に初めて、実際に日本人の方々と日本語でコンバセーション、話したっていう、経験をされたそうです。で、その間、日本滞在中には、ホームステイも、初めて経験したっていうことなんですけれども、もうこのお話がもう面白くて私はずっと本当に涙流しながら聞いてたんですけど、まずですね、ギャビン先生たちを迎えた小学校、ホームステイ先の小学校なんですけれども、ギャビン先生たち15名に対して、ギャビン先生たちがその小学校にまず到着すると、ホームステイ先のご家族の数が少なかったそうなんですね。で、 どうなってるんだろうっていうふうに感じたときに、突然一人のご年配の女性がギャビン先生に話しかけてきたらしいんです。でもその時のギャビン先生の日本語レベルでは、もうこんにちはが言うのが精一杯だったっていうところと、あと突然その女性がギャビン先生に話しかけてきたということで、他のお友達とも、どうなってるのみたいな感じで笑って話していたそうなんですね。で、そこで、ホストファミリーとのペアリング、マッチングが始まるんですけれども、みんな、ご家族、ホストファミリーと生徒さんが、マッチしてから解散というシステムではなくって、はい、こことここ、こことここって決まった順番に友達はみんな先に去ってしまったそうなんです。で、ギャビン先生は最後の最後まで残されていて、で、明らかにその生徒さんを迎えてくれるホストファミリーの数と、ギャビン先生含める生徒の数が違っていたので、どうなってるんだろうって不安に思ってたところ、その最後の最後まで残されていたギャビン先生のホストファミリーが、先ほどのご年配の女性だったそうなんです。ねえ、すごいなんか出会いですよね。で、その女性は別に学校とは関係なくって、その学校のホストファミリーの数が少ないからっていうことで、ボランティアとして、英語も学んでいるのでっていうところで立候補されたそうです。で、そこのご家族との出会いがもう本当に素晴らしくって、大きな、お嬢さんと、あと旦那さんと3人で過ごされたらしいんですけれども、ある時、街で花火大会があったそうなんですね。で、その翌日、お友達たちと、昨日何してた花火大会行ったみたいな話をしてたら、ギャビン先生はですね、なんとその花火大会も、ことも知らず、何をしてたかというと、そのご年配のホストマザーと一緒に、生け花クラスの弓道レッスンに行ってたらしいんです。もうおかしくって、ここでギャビン先生が話してくれた内容は、もう本当に、ティーンエイジボーイ、ティーンエイジャー、もう10代のその高校生の男の子たちが、昨日花火大会楽しかったね。で、ギャビン何してたっていうところでいや、自分は、花瓶に花を生けてたよっていうので、もう、すごく、ねえ、なんとも素晴らしい経験をしていたというところで、ちょっと笑っちゃいましたね。で、そこから、たくさんの年月が経って、ギャビン先生はなんと、その同じ小学校に今度は教員として、先生としてオーストラリアの日本語を勉強している生徒さんたちを引率して、あの、その小学校に戻ってこられたんです。で、その町の駅に着いた時には、そのギャビン先生の以前、ホストファミリーとして迎えてくれていたその女性も待っていて、もう感動だったっていうことでお話をされています。で、そのご家族とは今回はホストファミリーにはならなかったんだけれども、そのギャビン先生が先生として滞在している間に、その女性の方と、そしてその当時からも、一緒に過ごしていた旦那さんと3人でとっても素晴らしいレストランに連れて行ってもらったっていうようなお話もしてくれました。
So after graduating your, you said high school, kind of Australian school, you
Yeah.
worked in the exactly the same school.
Yeah, so to
Oh.
get just to get to that. So yeah, I studied Japanese all the way through high school because I
Mm.
had I really enjoyed the subject, and I had great teachers. And then I decided that I also, those two teachers as well as some others, I decided that I also wanted to be a high school teacher. Um, except like I really loved history and I
Mhm.
really wanted to teach history. But usually what happens, you have to choose two subjects to study at university. And most people that want to be a history teacher, they also decide to teach English as well. But not
Mm.
English like I'm teaching now, more like Kokugo. So,
Okay.
and although I loved English, I thought I want to give myself more opportunity to get a job after I graduate. So I thought I'll
Mm.
teach history and Japanese, thinking that I'll never have to use the Japanese. I'll just be able to teach my true dream, which is history. Anyway, I got through university. To be honest, I really did not enjoy studying Japanese in university. It was like
How
it
different.
was way beyond anything that I was ready for. Like it was too difficult, and at the same time, because I was so set that I was going to be teaching history, I thought I never thought I was going to live in Japan either. So I thought I'd just
Just in
I'll
case.
just get through it. I only have to do it for 2 years. So as long as I pass, then it's over and done with, and I can move on. And
History.
and then focus on history. So, of course, I graduated and started working. So I so when you as part of when you study university, you also have teaching at university. You also have to go and do practice teaching in a school, and it just happened that I contacted my old Japanese teacher who was working at a different school at that point and said, is there any way that I can come and work at your school to do this training? And she said, yes, of course, because she's an amazing woman, and and she really is. And she said, actually, after you finish your training, I want to take a break. And so if you can continue taking my classes until the end of the year, that would be amazing. So I ended up finishing the training, and then she went on holiday, and I continued working as a real teacher, but I was teaching Japanese.
Oh,
So I
wow.
did that. And then the year after that, I also started teaching Japanese, but this time at a different school. And anyway, and at that point, that's when I also did the trip back to Japan, taking the students from that school. And my old Japanese teacher who took me on that trip when I was 14 or something, we got to go back and share that experience together.
It's amazing.
And so and then anyway, it became clear to me that even though I really wanted to teach history, that my path into teaching was going to be Japanese.
Japanese, yes.
And so
Wow.
there was a point where I was kind of like in between jobs, and that's when I decided that I was going to focus on Japanese, but in my heart I knew that I wasn't good enough to teach it properly to my students. I didn't feel that my speaking ability and knowledge of the language and the culture was anywhere, good enough. Like if I was going to teach my students, I didn't think that I could do a good job. And so I decided that I was going to come to Japan for 1 year to work and just experience everything about living in Japan, and then I'll come back to Australia, and then I'll teach Japanese. But and then just before I made that trip to Japan, I started working at a school, an English language school for refugees who came to Australia.
Oh,
And
really?
yeah, and it was a high school, but everything was every subject was, the purpose was to teach them English, to prepare them I think it was about,
Working?
no, to prepare them for high school. So because they come to Australia with no English or almost no English, and they go to this center for about was it 2 months or 2 or 3 months, and they just get, so much English, and then they transition. The center was in a high school, so it was very easy for them to then just move into the high school and still get the support. But
Okay.
so I started teaching English as a second language, and I really loved that. And then that experience helped me when I became an ALT, because I was used to teaching students with like very little English to do that. So yeah, so then I ended up in Japan, except it wasn't 1 year. It's now I'm starting my 8th year of living
It's
and
destiny.
working in Japan.
Wow, so you actually never went back after 1 year. You stayed.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Wow, that's
So
life-changing event.
it was a life-changing event. Yeah. So yeah, I didn't choose to study Japanese, and for the longest time it was just something that I enjoyed, and then I really didn't enjoy it, but I thought I just have to get through it, and now I'm here.
日本への小旅行から帰ってこられた後も、高校時代はずっと日本語を勉強していて、で、日本語を勉強する中で、ギャビン先生は将来歴史の先生になりたいと思うようになったそうなんです。で、大学進学の時に、まず2つの教科を専攻しなくてはならなくって、大体の方々が、歴史の先生になりたければ、皆さん多くが英語を専攻するそうなんですね。で、ギャビン先生は日本にも興味を持っていたし、日本語の勉強も楽しんでいたということで、ご自身のもうちょっと、キャリアの可能性というのを検討されて、歴史と日本語を専攻したということでした。なんですが、大学ではですね、その日本語のレベルがものすごく高くて、勉強が難しすぎて、もう、まずは歴史の先生になりたい。歴史を教えることだけを考えていたので、もう日本語はもうとりあえず2年間勉強して、パスすればなんとかそれでいいっていうふうに思っていたそうです。その間に teaching training、先生としてのトレーニングも、しなくてはならなかったそうで、ギャビン先生は以前の自分の、先生に連絡をして、その先生が働いている学校でティーチングのトレーニングを受けられないかっていうふうに、日本語専攻の先生に聞いたそうなんですね。で、その先生は、快く受けてくださって、で、そこでギャビン先生は、ティーチングのトレーニングをしていたんですけれども、その間に、日本語を教えている先生が、休暇をしばらく取りたいんだということでお話をされて、そのままティーチングトレーニングを、完走した後に、その先生のお仕事を引き継いで、その学校で日本語を教えてほしいと言われて、日本語を教え続けていたということでした。で、その間に先ほどのお話があったように、たくさんの、学生さんを引き連れて、日本に引率として、戻ったというお話でした。で、そういった中で、心の中では歴史の先生になるんだって思っていたんだけれども、何かしら日本語に戻ってくるというところを悟って、もうこれからは日本語を教えることに集中しようというふうに決められたそうです。で、覚悟を決めた後ですね、心の中では自分の日本語の知識やスピーキングスキルが、日本語を教えるレベルに足りていないんじゃないかというふうにも感じていて、で、そこで1年間日本で働きながら、これが ALT としてのお仕事になるんですけれども、日本語を勉強して、そしてオーストラリアに戻って、また先生として、活動を続けようとプランされたそうです。そして、その日本で働き始める前に、短期でrefugee、難民の方に向けた、英語の指導もされていたそうなんですね。これは、高校準備のために、高校に付属している、language center、なんていうの語学学校で働かれていて、そこで初めて、英語を英語で教えるっていうご経験をされて、そこでの、経験がとても楽しくって、日本で働き始めた時も ALT としての活動にすごく役立ったということでお話をしてくださっています。で、初めは1年の予定でオーストラリアに戻る予定だったんですけれども、今ではもう日本滞在、日本に移住して8年目になるっていうお話でした。ねえ、すごい人生を変える 出来事、イベントがすごく多いですよね。素敵ですよね。
I
But I will
see.
but I do forever grateful to my teachers and also and for what they did because when I came here
Mhm.
I wasn't even though I didn't at first feel any confidence. It was all in my mind. It was all in my head. So once I started to meet people at school and talk to them, it all slowly came out. And, people will say, oh, it's very kind that people will say like, oh, your Japanese is very, very good,
Yeah,
and so on. But
it is.
I could already read and write. So
Okay.
that already helped me a lot. And yeah, so even though there was some time, it was very up and down, enjoying and not enjoying it. I stuck with it. And because of that, I've been able to, once I got here, I was really able to explode and just, yeah, that's why I'm still here because it's a life-changing experience, but a very good one. Yeah.
Ah, see. Like I feel like many second language learners, if even it's not English
Yeah.
language learners, I think they've been through the same point that
Yeah.
it's it's
Mm.
sometimes fun, but it's
Yeah.
sometimes kind of struggling
Yeah. Exactly.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, up and down.
Mm.
I
Yeah.
see. Wow. Can I ask how did you choose Fukushima first for the
I
first
I
year?
didn't I didn't
You
choose it.
didn't choose. Okay.
It was another thing that was thrust upon me. But no, I
Oh.
applied to work as an ALT with an ALT company, and all they asked me in the interview process was, would you
Mhm.
like to work in the city or in the countryside? And having grown up
Oh.
in Sydney, I thought, I know what a city's like. I'd like to experience living in the countryside. So I checked the countryside box.
Mm.
And then a few weeks before I came to Japan, they said, you're going to go to Fukushima. And at that point, the only thing I knew about Fukushima was what happened in 2011 and after
Mm.
that. I looked at the map and I saw it was a huge place.
Yes.
And so I said yes. And then when I arrived in Japan, they said, you're going to go to this tiny little village in Fukushima.
Oh
And
my gosh.
I was like, okay. But I just left that tiny little village and it was it's the most beautiful place that
Mm.
I ever that I've ever been to. There's so many wonderful people there, so many wonderful children.
Mm.
It was very hard to leave. And
Mm.
like I said in my farewell speech to my schools
Yeah.
that it might be strange as a foreign person to say this, but this village, it's my furusato, and it will
Mm.
always yeah, it will always be special to me wherever I go. And
Sure.
yeah,
Oh, it's
so
so moving.
yeah, so
Oh.
my whole journey of learning Japanese has been a lot of things that have been forced on me, not by choice, but it's everything that's happened has worked out for the best in the best possible way.
Yes.
So I'm very grateful for all of it. So,
Wow. Wow, that's amazing.
yeah.
So you actually have never taught history at
I
school?
have
You did?
I've taught a little bit here and there.
Ah, okay,
But
okay.
nothing, but nowhere near as much as I would like.
Mm.
And then last year I think I went to a history exhibition. I think it
Oh,
was about oh no, it was a Pompeii. And also I went to an Egyptian one as well.
wow.
All I do was bore my wife with all the details that came back to me from all of my years of study about all of the ancient world. So I was like, oh, Um, yeah, so I'm still a history teacher deep down
Yeah,
in my
Your
heart.
heart,
Yes.
yes. I see. Wow. It's twisted, but it actually,
Yeah.
I don't know how to say it. Guide you in a way, guided you where you are now.
I think so.
Mm.
And in many ways, it's it's changed me as a person. Like in the
Mm.
first, in the days of university studying Japanese, it was really, really tough
Mm.
because I was surrounded by other people that were much, much better at Japanese than I was,
Oh,
and I
okay.
felt very inadequate in my
Oh
ability. I didn't feel
no.
confident at all. But like I said, I just I stuck with it. And I think there's something to be learned from that. Sometimes not
Mm.
everything is going to be easy. And if you have a goal in mind that you want to get to, sometimes you just have to, have to, yeah, you just have to stick with it. And it might not be fun or enjoyable, but hopefully you'll get where you want to. And I did
Mm.
that. I was I I graduated university. All my other subjects were fine, but forever it'll have not a great mark for my Japanese. But but then but then but also that you don't need to have amazing marks and grades in subjects to
Mm.
succeed in life. So
Exactly.
so there's that. And then coming here, you know, like I said, I worked in a very tiny village.
Mm-hmm.
Very few people spoke English. And so all I could rely on was my high school and university Japanese. But
Mm.
thankfully the people were very patient, but it also meant that I had to put myself out there because nobody, like the people are very friendly, but being in a rural village
Yeah.
in northern Japan,
Mm.
people don't see many foreign people.
No.
And and so I'm very proud that I was able to make so many good friends
Mm.
while I was there. And I think people would people that I grew up with in Australia, and people have said it, but I have changed a lot. Like I was very shy and very quiet.
Mm.
But if you ask my wife, she would say she wouldn't be able
Believe?
to she couldn't believe that, and she wouldn't recognize that person, because
Oh,
I do talk a lot, as you can hear. I do talk a lot, and
you're very friendly.
in which
That's
yeah,
why.
in whichever language, and yeah, I think it's been a very rewarding experience,
Mm.
in many many ways, and I'm very
Mm.
happy the kind of person I am now.
Mm.
And I have, in some parts, it's all down to the fact that I studied Japanese. Because
Wow. But
yeah, I
I'm
would I wouldn't be here, and I wouldn't be here without having done.
sure, sure, yeah, that's so true. But I think what you've been through, I
Mm,
mean, having difficulty learning
mm,
Japanese, or sometimes I don't know, unconsciously had to compare with other
mm.
Japanese learners. So, and you feel like
Yeah,
kind of not good enough, as you said, in
yeah,
failure. But
yeah.
since you've experienced all this kind of hard time, I think that what makes you right now, you're so amazing teacher. English teacher, yeah.
Thank
You
you.
understand how people, I mean, Japanese people struggle to
Yeah,
learn English as well. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Wow. はい。そしてお話は日本に初めて来た時に戻ります。当時はギャビン先生は、自分の日本語のレベルに自信もなかったけれども、実際にその赴任先の学校で出会った人たちが本当に優しくて、自分のそれまでに習ってきた日本語を褒めてくれたそうなんですね。で、その時の日本語のレベルでは、読み書きができたので、生活にも役に立ったということをお話ししてくれました。で、もちろん日本に来てね、初めの1、2年とか、すごく本当に大変な時もあったと思うんですけれども、 そのアップダウンも含めて自分の人生を変えた素晴らしい出来事だったっていうふうにお話ししています。外国語を学ぶ人たちはみんな同じ道をきっと通っていると思うんですよね。楽しい時もあるし、やっぱり一人で学習をする時ってしんどい時もあると思うんですよね。福島を自分が選んだわけではないというふうにギャビン先生はおっしゃっています。はじめに、ALT の職業として、日本に来るってなった時にチェックリストがあって、その時にシティがいいのかカントリーサイドがいいのかっていうふうに選べたそうなんですけれども、ギャビン先生はシドニーに住んでいたこともあって、大体大きい町がどんなんなのかっていうのはもうご存知だったので、だったらもう反対の小さな町に行ってみたいっていうところで、カントリーサイド、小さい町、村の方をチェックしたということでした。で、その後に知ったのが、福島にある小さな村、小さな町が、ギャビン先生の赴任先になったということです。初めは本当にどんな町なんだろうって思ったみたいなんですよね。本当に小さいところで。はい。なんですけれども、やっぱりそこにもう7年も住んでいたということなので、本当にもう一番これまでで滞在した中でも美しい素晴らしい人たちに囲まれた本当に素敵な場所だったっていうふうにおっしゃっています。で、最後のフェアウェルパーティー、ギャビン先生をお見送りする会が学校で開かれたということなんですけれども、その時にもギャビン先生が皆さんにスピーチを行った時に、自分が外国人の立場で言うのは変かもしれないけれど、もうその福島のその町が自分にとってはもう本当に特別なふるさとだっていうことをみんなにお伝えしたそうです。その高校の時にもうすでに日本への道は決まっていたようだけれども、今振り返ると全てが素晴らしい結果となったっていうふうにおっしゃっています。実際に、歴史の先生としては少し教えたことがあるそうで、以前に古代の、歴史の展示会があったみたいなんですけども、そこに奥様と一緒に行って、奥様をすごくつまらない気持ちにさせてしまったっていうふうにおっしゃっていました。で、ギャビン先生はもう歴史へのパッションがあるので、もうその知識とかをすごくお話ししたかったようなんですけれども、奥さんにとってはちょっと退屈だったみたいっていう話も中に入れてくれています。はい。で、大学当時のお話に戻るんですけれども、その時大学に入ってから、日本語のレベルがみんなすっごく高くって、もう自分はその場所にふさわしくないと常に思っていたそうです。なんですが、その当時は歴史の先生になるっていうゴールが決まっていたので、本当にもういろんなアップダウンがあるけれども、それに向かってひたすら突き進むしかないと思って、頑張ってこられたっていうお話をされています。で、結果としては、そんなに日本語の成績は大学の時点では良くなかったけれども、実際にその日本の福島の小さな村や町に来て、誰も英語を話さない状態で、これまでの自分の日本語のスキルを試せるすごくいい機会だったというふうにおっしゃっています。で、周りの人たちもとてもフレンドリーで、自分の人格を変えてくれた出来事だったというふうに話してくれています。オーストラリア時代の当時の友達は、ギャビン先生が日本に来て性格がすごい変わったねって言われるみたいです。なんですが、その今の自分の性格は日本語を勉強し始めた時のおかげ、その時からいい意味で変わることができたっていうことで、今のご自身についてもとてもハッピーだというふうにお話をされています。はい。そんなわけで、ギャビン先生も、私たちの場合は外国語と言われると大体英語になるんですけれども、ギャビン先生の場合は日本語を学んで、その時点で私たち英語学習者が抱えているいろいろなアップ&ダウンですよね。悩みとかも同じように経験されて、でもやっぱり自分にゴールが決まっていたので、そこに向けても本当にひたすらに頑張ってこられたというお話を聞かせていただきました。次回はその日本語学習を通して、その当時は失敗したなぁと感じたんだけど、後から振り返ると、いや、これは経験してよかったと思うっていうような体験談、そして言語学習者へのアドバイスなどもお話を聞かせていただきます。 はい。そして最後になりますが、英語学習は時には孤独で先の見えないものかもしれません。ですが、この配信を通して少しでも英語が楽しいと感じていただけるようなエピソードを今後もシェアしていこうと思いますので、これからも聞いていただけると嬉しいです。今回、ゲストにお越しいただいたゲビン先生の、インスタグラムやホームページの情報も、概要欄に記載しておきますので、ぜひ皆さん素敵なワークシートをご覧になってみてください。Alright, thank you for tuning in and I look forward to talking to you next time. Bye!